Well, it would seem, just seem a little bit, a tad, kind of oddly enough, that prequels just don't make money. I wonder why that is. In our modern times, why prequels don't make money. I can't quite put my finger on it. Is it because they're shit normally? Maybe. Is it because everything has a prequel now? Probably. But let's see what Deadline here has to say. Why Yosa ain't making no money over this Memorial Day weekend. Over an extended holiday weekend, it has made pretty much pocket change. Let's dig in here a little bit. What do they say here? That is a long title for an article, isn't it? Furiosa up in smoke with 31 to 33 million, lowest Memorial Day opening in decades. By the way, it has not hit 31 or 33 million. This is was predicted to get, and I don't think it's going to come close to it. Might get clawed by Garfield. How worried should Hollywood be about the theatrical Saturday update? Well, let's just see what they have to say about this, shall we? Let's scroll on down here. This weekend at the Memorial Day box office, the film industry seems to be questioning its existence, ready to jump out of a window. Probably should have done that a while ago. How can a genius George Miller directed tentpole prequel, really, to the multi-Oscar winning Mad Max Fury Road? I got my issues with that movie. With great reviews, 4.5 stars, post-track exits not be working. Well, let's just kind of go down here and let's see what they say here. The entire theatrical business is destined for streaming. Oh no. Yes, remember a few years ago when they locked, well, not, they didn't lock people in their homes, but they pretty much told you had to stay home, and if you left your house, you were evil and you were killing somebody else's grandma and all that stuff. Yeah. So then they put everything on streaming and made it so you had no reason to go to the theater. And after a while, you no longer had the desire to go to the theater and deal with all those fucking people. You know, the ones who are fighting and having tissue fits. The ones that bring their baby to an R-rated theater film experience type thing. That, you no longer wanted to deal with that. And on top of it, you had better visuals and superior audio at home, no matter what they did in the theater. And the ability to pause the movie to go take a leak, well, that's definitely added bonus, isn't it? Okay, moving on. Let's see here. As she smacked him in the face, snap out of it, blah, 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 blah. Let's see, what do we got here? This is still on track for $31 to $33 million for the Memorial Day weekend. It says, like I said before, I kind of doubt that, and I'll show you why. For clarity purpose, the last time a film grossed in this vicinity was the 1980s Return of the Jedi and Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. However, and that's probably not accounting for inflation, because it'd be a lot higher with inflation, I imagine. However, we stand corrected. It's the lowest #1 Memorial Day opening in 29 years. So that's just decades, okay? The last time we bottomed out was 1995. Yeah, because that movie was kind of shit. And as we told you in our summary preview, Alcon, Sony's Garfield would beat her with a similar 4-day haul, but you also have to keep in mind too that Furiosa is only stateside, only domestic, and Garfield has both domestic revenue and, well, not revenue, domestic ticket sales and international ticket sales, which gives it a very much a leg up. As great as anyone, including myself, may think Furiosa is a finite fanboy property. Yeah, it's a cult classic, not fanboy property. It's called a cult classic. People, the person writing this article, will not remember, or do they have never known what a cult classic is? Sure, they can think of something somewhere, right? At that, and has always been a cult classic. Yeah, we know many 13 to 17-year-olds went to Furiosa. Yes, a 2% post-track. That's a big boy squad that's missing. Blah, 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 blah. They're trying, just trying to make excuses. For sure. Fury Road opened at 45.4 million. That just gotta make excuses of why. Yeah, it goes into the why this article, well, not the article, why the movie isn't making any money. because it's not, it's not a big tentpole name, yada, yada, yada. But cult classics honestly make their money over long term. So that's, neither here nor there. They're just trying to do the thing where, blah, blah, blah. But let's see. Well, let's see. Okay, here we go. It's all about the it's all about product. Yeah, it is, and your products suck anymore. Theatrical isn't broken. Dune, good movie. Godzilla X-Con, not a good movie. Proved earlier this year that audiences have an appetite for movie-going. Ditto for Barbie, Oppenheimer last year, and Top Gun Maverick, and Little Mermaid over the weekend. Let's see, there was a point somewhere in here where they were basically saying, I can't find it now, that's okay. Well, they were also basically saying that because of the strikes, people were no longer going to movies. Because people got used to not seeing movies because of strikes. Because there weren't any being put out. Through the entire time there were strikes, there were no movies being put out, is what they're saying. And, well, that's not true. There were movies being put out. And they were all crap. They were crap. They were bad. They were not good in any way, shape, or form. So people didn't go watch them. And a good amount of this article, they're trying to couch excuses in the fact that there was like I said before, the strikes and all that BS. But let's see here. So they predict $31 to $33 million box office for the Memorial Day weekend. Well, so far, the numbers and maybe there's some misreported numbers, yes. And there's definitely numbers not there. We won't know the full box office until Tuesday, until after Monday, the Memorial Day. And so, still could be quite possible. I just don't think it's going to happen. But it's running at $10,200,000. I really think this movie is on its way to be a flop. And like I said before, when they're comparing it to Garfield domestically, has not done good either. But you add in its international box office, and it's sitting at $57,381,117. So, as I've said, it's kind of like comparing an apple to a peach. Not apples and oranges, because apples and oranges are at least the same relatively size. Like comparing an apple to a peach. A little different shape, not exactly the same thing. Honestly, do you think that Furiosa is going to climb out of the sandy hole that it's in right now and make its money? Do you think that long term it's going to make money? And I don't mean like $1 or $1 million. I mean actually make money. I don't. I just don't. Or are you on, I guess, for lack of better words, my side of things? Do you think this is going to be a glorious flop, just like damn near everything Hollywood does now? Yes, there are some outliers. There are some movies that do really, really well because they're actually good, and I'll be happy when they go back to being good, though I think that's going to be a while. Anyway, do me those giant favors of hitting those like buttons, the share buttons, remember, or you hate, because why not torture them too? You've already tortured yourself. Anyway, have yourselves a great, wonderful, and as always, prosperous day. Bye-bye.